All right. Have a good day. Love you. Love you. Hi, good morning. We are having ourselves a day today. Let me fix this. Good morning. I went to, I have a feeling this isn't being streamed on X. Um, it's saying I'm out of storage on StreamYard, and I like upgraded to the most expensive plan StreamYard has, and for some reason it's saying I'm out of storage. And so I have no idea. I'm assuming you guys can see this on YouTube. That's all that really matters to me at this point. Good morning, Ben. Oh, it is on X. And you guys can see it on okay. And then can you see it on YouTube? Okay. So we're just getting a slow start today. Georgia woke up late. And then I got up early at like 4:30 and was trying to get a little work done. Good morning, Lauren. All right, so let's get into it. So good morning, Ricky. All right, so I took some time yesterday after I got home to reevaluate the situation that's going on here with Meredith O'Neill. And as you guys know, I have been coming off of a couple of weeks of what I would consider to be pretty aggressive, you know, attempts to, I'm not really sure what the end game is for these people, but if the game is to like get me to back away, if the game is to get me to like stop working and doing this stuff like that's not going to happen. So I don't know if it's to distract me slowly or to, if they feel like, me losing my studio is a little win. I don't really know. But it's been a couple of weeks. And so now, and dealing with it from the Kayla Churchill side of things, which by the way is still happening, and I'll get to that in a minute. But the Meredith O'Neill part of it, I have to evaluate and look at how much of what is getting directed towards me by Meredith is at my own hand and that I'm responsible for. And so I just want to explain that I do self-reflect. I do take a peek at myself and what I write and what I'm saying, especially in thank you, Alley Cat, for saying hit the like. I always forget that. And if you're on the replay crew, good morning or good afternoon or good night. So I started to like go back and look about like, my original interactions with Meredith and what's going on here. And I basically have determined that my part in this whole thing is supporting my friend Aiden, and that's it. And every one of my behaviors would be and is identical to what I have done for my own friends in real life, like the women in my life. It's also behaviors that I would exhibit for my sister. Like if I need to get involved with something with her or whatever. And so I don't really think anything that I've done is extraordinary other than to talk about and add context to what he's doing. I certainly have not done anything to target her life or whatever. Yes, I'm participating in these conversations. Yes, I'm putting up posts that I think are relating to this whole thing. But targeting Meredith and targeting her life is not something that I am doing. Okay. Which I think is the opposite of what she is now doing to me. So the other day she posted a teaser saying The video that was out about me last week is going to pale in comparison to the video that she has. And then I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before yesterday, or I don't even know at this point. She put up like a 1.5-minute video, and that video is like the teaser to the main attraction that she's created. And I believe that based on that teaser, some of the things that she is saying could be a detriment to my career. Case in point, there's a part of it where I say it's okay to say fuck the Jews. Now, that is taken out of context. That was in relation to a conversation I had about a newsworthy event where Dave Portnoy was doing a pizza review, and some college kid went up to him and said fuck the Jews and threw coins at his feet. And the conversation I had on my show was that my children are come from a father who is Jewish. They're a direct lineage from people who were in the Holocaust. Hoffman and Cohen are family names. And we celebrate some Jewish holidays in our family in respect to my ex. And I am not anti-Semitic. I'm not racist. I'm not a bigot. And the context of what she is doing, extracting pieces of words that I say, framing it with these goddamn songs and lyrics and shit, is something that I don't know if I'm going to be combating this on a bigger scale. So to get ahead of this, I went to State Street's website. I found their company social media policy. I thought, based on what I read, that Meredith was in violation of that based on her posts about me, not about Aiden, not about anybody else, not even about the things she said about me, just this particular video that she posted. And so State Street has a third party that they hire to vet all of your questions and your concerns and to see if it's actually worthy of being brought forward to State Street. So I went through that process yesterday. It was about a 15-minute phone call. And you have the option to actually do it anonymously. I chose not to. I said, I want my name attached to this. And I went through the process, and they determined that it was enough to move forward with the claim. And I received an email from someone in the HR department yesterday that indicated that they went to her account and tried to view the video and they could not. And they asked if I had a copy of the video. And that's why yesterday at one point I asked if someone could screenshot something for me. One of the besties, multiple besties, grabbed it and sent it over to me. And then I sent it to State Street with the link, and that's it. I believe in freedom of speech. I believe that Meredith can say I'm a fat pig and whatever she wants. I don't really care. I do care that she's going to say things that are not true. I am fat, Meredith, so you can call me fat. I have jacked teeth because my parents didn't invest in good dental hygiene when I was younger. My sister's got braces, I didn't. You can say whatever. You also can have an opinion on what kind of mother I am. I don't really care. You're not going to go around and say I'm a bigot. You're not going to go around and say I'm anti-Semitic. And you're not going to cut and extract parts of my shit that I say and make it out like I'm against Jews. Okay? You're not. That's where it ends. That's where it stops. Okay? So the other thing too, by the way, is I had a conversation with Georgia about, not Meredith, because I'm not dumb like she is. I don't talk to my kids about her. I asked Georgia if she felt that what happened with Dave Portnoy fell under the line of free speech. And Georgia, who is, I would consider my most quote unquote liberal of children. She's a pandemic child, was in middle school during the pandemic and in public school where they were pushing LGBTQ shit all the time, where my daughter literally thought she was trans for like a hot minute. Which is something I know a lot of parents don't like talking about, but you know they did it to your kid too. And Georgia actually has a completely different take on it. She believes saying fuck the Jews falls under hate speech. And I was pretty shocked by that because Georgia thought that Kanye West could have his own take on Jews at one point, and she has since changed her mind and said that she feels that it has ramped up the anti-Semitism in this country. And so, anyway, it's neither here nor there. But Meredith extracting that, putting it together in a video, trying to make it seem like I'm anti-Semitic and I'm a bigot. Not happening. Not fucking happening, cunt. Not today, not tomorrow, not any day. I'll send an email to State Street every goddamn day that video is still up. I'll do whatever it takes. I don't care. I deliberately didn't put anything about her other statements about me. I don't care. I have a thick skin, but I believe that by saying that I'm a bigot, anti-Semite, and that I have a problem with Jews is not only disrespectful to my children, but their family and other Jews. And I also feel, even Jen Altman, and I also feel that it could cause irreparable harm to me and my career. So, now, I didn't tell anybody this except 2 people, okay? And last night she posted something about me, trying to do something that involves her life. So one of the 2 people I told somebody else that is talking to Meredith. And that's an investigative job that they're going to have to figure out today. Or I can't trust them. But I'm going to tell you right now, one is Aiden and one is Jimmy. So Jimmy or Aiden told somebody or told Meredith directly that I did this. I doubt it was fucking Aiden. And I think Jimmy probably, I don't know. It was probably Aiden telling somebody else, probably told Broyles, and then Broyles fucking told Meredith. I don't think it was Jimmy. I don't think it was Aiden directly. But it's the one thing I fucking told people, and I never fucking do that shit. But I wanted to tell them because they're also being targeted. And so I wanted them to know that this tool was available to them. I won't do that again. It's nothing against them, but I just shouldn't have done it. Because now she's like, whatever, she knows. She's going to know anyway. And she's saying it's not going to amount to anything. Well, I'd be surprised if State Street is okay with this type of shit. Okay? I'd be surprised. Whatever. Again, didn't make a complaint about her calling me fat. I don't care. I don't know what the whole video is going to be. It could be a bunch of stuff about Bunny After Dark and all of this other shit. All of those things I don't really care about. It's the other shit. Not happening. Not happening. So someone hacked Jimmy's phone. I will say last night I tried to call Jimmy because I saw she was going after him, and I couldn't get a call through. I could text him, but I don't know. She does work at State Street. She does work at State Street because the email that I received from HR indicated that they had taken a look at her social media profile. I believe that at that point they would have messaged me and said, we don't have anybody by that name that works here. So, do I think HR told her? I don't think they told her, just based on the timing. I don't know. Maybe I don't really even care. Maybe they did. That's okay. I definitely don't think it was Aiden, and I don't think it was Jimmy. But I do think maybe somebody said something to somebody, whatever. It's like telephone. You know what I mean? It happens. I didn't want it out there. I didn't want it it's out there now. So that's why I'm telling you all. But I also felt like I owed it to you too, because I said I don't fuck with people's careers and shit like that. My goal here isn't to get Meredith fucking fired. My goal is to get Meredith to not fucking post a video about me that claims I'm an anti-Semite. That's pretty much my only goal here. And also to be a friend to fucking Aiden, who I think is dealing with a fucking crazy fucking ex-girlfriend, okay? That post I put up about the presents for the family stone got 500,000 views. And I didn't have to tell one lie. I just told the truth. She copied the movie, and it's crazy. Okay, even if she got the idea, why did she wrap them the same way? You know what I mean? And by the way, don't I have every right to go after her employer? I'm my own employer. People are going after me. I lost my studio. I need a goddamn coffee like you read about. Hold on. Hold on. All the views of Family Stone are going up now because a million people want to check it out and see what it's about. We don't need a studio. We don't need a studio. Jimmy.
Hi, welcome to society. What can I get for you today?
Hi, can I have a large iced white chocolate pistachio made with whole milk?
No problem. Anything else?
That is it.
You can go for it.
Thank you.
No problem.
So I don't know. My opinion, Aiden needs to go to the police. Let the police investigate the stuff in his phone. Say, listen, I'm a public figure. I have some notoriety in regards to the Karen Reed trial and my own cases. Somebody's hacking into my shit. Here's all my stuff. Good morning.
749.
I'm gonna pay cash actually. Maybe not. Let's use my card. I forgot I just gave Georgia the 10 I had. Thank you.
No problem.
That is the wrong card. Did that go through?
Yeah.
Oh, I used the wrong blue card. Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. No, it's fine. Maybe I unlocked it and I didn't realize it.
Oh yeah,
It didn't go through. I knew it. I have two cards. They're identical. Sorry.
That's fine. They are identical.
It's because this one, I don't know what happened, but it melted. And so I don't use this one, but I keep it. I don't know why.
That's crazy. No, I feel you though. I do that all the time.
Yeah.
Did it freaking? All right. Let me try again.
Okay.
Hold for this.
I know.
Don't need it.
All set?
It should work. I'm just gonna sign for you.
Oh, no worries. I can tip you out on cash if you want.
Yeah. I don't know why it's doing. Maybe let me try going back because it did, since it used the other card, it might be trying to use your other card. That's the same thing.
Hold on. Hold on. Thanks so much.
Of course, I said that.
Thank you. Hi. I don't know exactly what happened, but I handed her my card. It did melt. I don't know what happened. Can you guys hear me? I'm back. Every single time. Hold on. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Am I back? Yes. Can you hear me? Of course I had to leave. Meredith is in the chat. Good. Welcome. Stop calling me an anti-Semite and a bigot. Yeah, I have two Chase cards. They're both blue. And I can only tell them apart. One's my business account and one's my personal account. Because one of them got melted. It was up against my laptop and it has like a dent in it. And the cards were in my wallet upside down. So I pulled the wrong one. Anyway, hi, good morning. All right. So where were we? Where were we? Oh, so my take on this is I think Aiden needs to go to the police. I think what happens here is, listen, instead of him trying to figure out, I think he mentioned one time on a podcast or something like Jason Broyles was like, I'm 99.9% sure that Meredith was the one that was in your stuff, right? Okay. You don't need to be 99.9%. You can go to the police and you can say, my phone, my devices, my accounts are being hacked. That's a crime. And have the police investigate it. Have the police go get a warrant and don't even say it's Meredith. I wouldn't even say it's Meredith. I wouldn't even give who you think it is. I would just go to the police and say, I need some cybersecurity assistance, and have them figure out who is hacking his shit and then charge that person. Simple as that. That's it. There's no need to speculate. You don't need to, just handle it. That's my take. So, for those of you who are jumping in, I felt the need to kind of get ahead of this whole Meredith thing that she's doing with the video. Obviously, I have been through the ringer with this Kayla Churchill video that kind of made its way around and blah, blah, blah. And I think I handled that pretty well. But the anti-Semite stuff, just not happening, babe. Not into it. Sorry, we're a little distracted. We're gonna stop at my house for a minute. I gotta run in and grab something, but then we gotta go to Dunkin' because Georgia put in an application at the Dunkin' near my house. And obviously I know Lucy there and the manager, so I'm gonna go and pop in and be like, hey, besties, Georgia's looking poor. I gotta say something. It has been very difficult for Georgia to find a job, and I don't know why. She's 16, and every single solitary place is like not calling back. It's requiring me to like drive her back to go. I don't understand. All right, sorry, we're a little messed up here. Let's take a look at some comments. What if nobody paid any attention to Meredith Everett? We're pretty close to that. We're pretty close. Nobody's looking at her stuff. Nobody's interacting. Most of the people that are interacting are fake profiles. And now I know some people, for security and safety purposes, they use kind of like a fake profile style because they don't want anybody to know who they really are. So there's that. So in regards to Georgia and her jobs, she has no limited availability other than she can't work until 4:00 because she's at school, and she can work as late as they keep her. I've always been like, Julia used to work at the Cove, and I guess for kids in high school, they're supposed to let you go home by 9 or 10 o'clock. Julia worked till 11, whatever. She wants to work and make money. I would pick her up late. Jack also, he worked at Chili's during high school, and he still does, but whatever. She has anything restricting her. She can work Saturday, she can work Sunday, she can work holidays. It's just weird. Like, she applied at Target and they didn't hire her. They never even she had to do like an online interview where she had to answer questions, and she didn't make it past that. And I just was like, she's a 16-year-old going to like straighten out your shelves, which are a disaster. Like, what do you need to do an online like interview for? You know what I mean? And I don't know what happened, but she didn't get a in-person interview. And then she applied at Stop and Shop to be a bagger. They never called her. Then she called them. They said they weren't hiring. She applied at Old Navy. They said they would get back to her, but I mean, for retail, like, it's December, you should already have your holiday staff, or you should be hiring now. It's just kind of weird. I'm very surprised. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty surprised, actually. So then she put in applications at all of the Dunkins. Nobody called her. She waited 3 days. I gave her the 3-day limit. Nobody called her. And so I drove her around yesterday after school to go into each place. But by then, most of the managers were gone because they start early in the morning. And most of these Dunkins around here, believe it or not, are running without managers in the afternoons and night. It's very strange. So, she's going in and talking to peers and being like, hi, I put in an application. And they're like, yeah, my manager's not here. So the next step, believe it or not, is I told her today at lunch, go down to guidance and say, hey, I need to make some calls and just sit in guidance and make phone calls to these places at lunchtime. I know that sounds crazy. So I don't know. I'm having Jess, you inserted yourself into this drama for clicks and for views. Carly, so listen, I have been able to figure out a way to get clicks and views without inserting myself into this drama. Number one, I don't know if you've watched any of my shows, but my personality basically can run a whole show. So before this happened, I was still getting the clicks and the views. There's that. Just so you know, watch a Bunny After Dark. Watch a Beaver Moon ceremony and get back to me on that. Okay. Thank you. I clearly don't need Aiden's relationship drama to elevate me in any way, shape, or form. There's that. It's great. It's great to talk about. It's great to be able to, like, I like talking about things I'm super passionate about, and like my friends and politics, and I always love some good drama. I'm not gonna 100%. I love drama. What do you mean? Also, so do you. So does everybody here. And all of my besties and my followers like that I like the drama, so they can also like the drama and be a part of the drama. And I say what they want to say, and maybe they can't say it. But yes, 100%. I definitely, definitely like the drama. I created a whole show on Wednesdays for it. uh Everybody's here for the drama. You're here for the drama right now. You want to hear me rage and scream in my car, and you want me to talk to you and tell you stories about my life. It makes you feel better about yours. Yes, 100% that I am here for the drama. We don't even talk about like drama in like TV world or like other things. Like we don't even talk about that kind of stuff yet. Only because real life drama has been so much. But like when we start talking about like, I don't know, like my Instagram thread, like what do you call it? Algorithm and all of the things that we don't even talk about that yet. I mean, please. I find myself waiting so desperately for Wednesday nights. It's so weird. It's Tuesday. I'm already like, okay, it's tomorrow. What's that? Wishing there was a song by a band that's pretty obscure. I know nobody listens to it. It's Pat McGee Band. If anybody knows who the Pat McGee Band is, I'd lose my mind. But there's a song, I can't remember the name of it now because I'm just like reading the chat and my brain isn't, but there's a song, and in it, he says, wishing my summer away just to see you again. And that always reminded me of like how we feel about things like payday. You wish your week away to get to payday. You know what I mean? Like you we're wishing the month of December away just to get to Christmas. You know what I mean? Like when something exciting or fun is happening, you wish the other things away just to get to it. I wish the week away to get to Wednesdays for Bunny After Dark. Basically, that's it. How do you know Pat McGee Band? Living for the Weekend. Yes. How do you say it? Is it Publis Rising? Is that how you say it? You're one of my favorite accounts. I don't know who you are. Bunny After Dark, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Jess, I respect your resolve and you don't give. Oh, shoot. There goes comments I can't read again. Is that the real Ray for Dallas in the chat? Us self-employeds don't care about Fridays. Meredith. Death. Well, that's the other thing too. Like, I don't know, like, mm, I don't know. I don't like cancel culture because I've been such a victim of it. But at the same time, people canceling me has just like made me evolve and change. There needs to be a hard stop with Meredith. She just has to stop. I I don't know if anybody watched Aiden's stream last night, but I didn't because I'm so fucking pissed off that the Patriots are as good as they are. Like, as a Chiefs fan, listen, our arc was like the Super Bowl and Travis and Taylor. And like I was fine with that, loved that, and it's great. But now here we are, and what the fuck is happening with my team? Hot take, we need to get rid of Travis Kelce. We need to get rid of Andy Reid. I mean, I love him. Thank you for your service, but it's time to go. Because Patrick Mahomes isn't getting any younger. He's in his prime. And so we need to capitalize on that talent. But I'm going to tell you something. Absolutely nobody had it on their bingo card that the Patriots were going to fucking show up this season the way that they are. And I know that all of you are surprised. It's actually my favorite thing to see. My favorite thing is to see all of these Patriot fans like surprised. I love it for them. I love when the Patriots do well in New England. Everybody is a great mood. It seems like the economy is bustling. The grocery stores on Sunday are lit. Everybody's getting together watching games. Last season was a very depressing thing, and I don't like it at all. I'm here for the Patriots. I love it. I think it's great. When my team's not winning, we default to the Eagles. When the Eagles aren't winning, we default to the Patriots. Now, we got a little problem here because while the Eagles lost last week, it doesn't matter. Eagles are Super Bowl champs and defending Super Bowl champions. I don't know what this means. I don't know. I've got to look at the odds for Vegas. I don't know what's going on here. But the goddamn Patriots, it's those new uniforms. It's this muted color scheme that these Boston teams are having. You started with these jerseys in the Red Sox shit, and I fucking hate how much I love them. God help me. I love the pinstripes. I love them. Love navy blue. It's one of my favorite colors. Okay. But this muted Boston Red Sox jersey and hats is so good. Everybody who wears it looks sharp. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. It's like they took a can of green paint and just added a little white to it and just like muted it up. It's just so good. But then you got the Patriots doing the exact same thing with these like iced out winter jerseys with this like muted blue. It's so good. It's so good. What can the Kansas City Chiefs do with a red and yellow uniform? My whole life, I have been told that it's like the McDonald's uniform. We can't do anything. We can't mute it. We can't change it. Could we mute it? Could we mute the red? We could mute the red and have something. It doesn't matter. We need Travis Kelce to go retire and get married and have babies and whatever. Bye. Free up the cap. And then we need Andy Reid to go retire. I've never been okay with Andy Reid after his son got into that drunk driving accident, and like he's just it's bad vibes, bad juju. So there's that. I cannot be a Patriots fan. Never. If the Chiefs ever let me down, which they never would, Jeff Machado bleeds green. Steelers fans at birth. Oh my God. It's unfortunate right now. Little Taylors, somebody said. Aaron Rodgers is just a glutton for punishment, and he just will not stop. Will not stop. Jeff Machado has a corporate job. Lifetime movie, Meredith said here in the chat earlier, a threat. My husband doesn't say or do anything. If my husband posted a video on the internet, my husband got an X account and posted a video on here and tried to say that Meredith was a child abuser or whatever, then You have every absolute right to call corporate or whatever. But he doesn't do that. And again, Meredith can do whatever she wants and say whatever she wants about me. She can post unflattering photos of me. She can do whatever she wants. She can't call me an anti-Semite. How is Jeff Stee's knuckle? Great question. It's tender. It's tender. He sliced it pretty bad. I mean, afterwards, after the show, I cleaned it for him, and it was pretty significant, actually. Jess, did you finish getting through your emails yet yesterday? I sent one at the weekend, so just checking. I am terrible at this, but like somebody sent me an email this morning and I answered that one first, and I am still working backwards. So the people who sent me overnight and this morning, I responded to them. I have to work backwards. I'm sorry. I will. I promise. Meredith should avoid any of that. She might be able to hack, but she is not smart enough to talk politics or current events. I'll tell you this. If Meredith goes after my husband, or first of all, at this point, anything she does is retaliatory. I will go and try to get a restraining order on her and make a case for it. I'm not dealing with that level of crazy. I'm just not. I've seen what happened to Aiden. And by the way, I know Aiden is a flawed person. I know more than I want to know about Aiden at this point. And I still think that what is happening to him is crazy and illegal and requires some sort of protection. So if this woman wants to come at me, I have nothing better to do than to fight it. And while I'm doing it, I will use it for content and make money off of it. Okay? I'm not kidding. So don't focus on your life, focus on your kid, focus on your shitty apartment, focus on your fucking life. You're a train wreck. The whole world is watching you spiral. You need to stop it and knock it off. And that's it. I have nothing better to do. My job is this. What I'm doing right now, this is my job. So I'll make more content. I'll take my camera with me on my way to the courthouse to ask for a restraining order against you. Don't. I didn't do anything to you. All I did was give commentary, and then you want to go and post shit about me being a bigot and an anti-Semite? It's not happening. That is crazy talk. I have children who are Jewish. There's very few things that like would get to me. You know what I mean? Like that's one of them. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it. Like there are videos and pictures. I wish I could drop. I wish if StreamYard is listening, I need you to allow me to add photos to the stream right on screen. I did an interview with this guy in Fall River. His name is Bobby Kudo, right? And he's trying to make a go of it. And Bobby Kudo is a technical genius. He has his studio set up, and it's a phenomenal studio. He has spent all this money on equipment. He's got the best of the best of the best, okay? The problem is I don't know how great he is with what he's doing. It was a tough interview. You know what I mean? He needs to loosen up a little bit and you know, whatever. He's got a little ways to go, but he's got the technical side of it down pat or whatever. So I went in and I did an interview. He asked for me to come on. It's floating around. I shared it. It's floating around out there. Whatever. It was fine. It was okay. It's great. I didn't think there were any real great clips in it where I wanted to share it, like clips of it or whatever, but I was happy to do it or whatever. Somebody took a screenshot of me in that video and they made a meme, like an AI generated fat Cabbage Patch doll out of it. And it was meant to like make fun of me and my weight, but I literally, I like how you gave Bobby shit, Jess. I did. I gotta go back and watch it, but like, hold on. I'll say that in a second about Bobby. But somebody made this AI generated fat cabbage patch of me in the clip from AI's crazy. It literally like reproduced every part of the screenshot, and I look like a fat Cabbage Patch Kid. It is the funniest thing ever. I sent it to Jeff and I was like, dude, look at what the internet did. And he was like, I was laughing. Like, that shit's funny to me. Like, pictures of my body and stuff like that. I was like, yeah, I mean, I should lose weight. Like, I don't go like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. Like, I wish it hit differently for you guys. It just doesn't hit that way. I don't know why. I have some sort of distorted view of myself that when I look in the mirror, I think I'm hot. And so when people post things about me, it doesn't change how I feel. I just look in the mirror and I think I'm hot. It's weird. I agree. There's something wrong with me. I shouldn't think that way. I should not think that way. You know what I mean? Like I'm a very thick girl. I shouldn't have that distorted self-confidence, but you guys have to deal with that. The haters have to deal with it. I look in the mirror and I probably see like 110-pound skinny girl. Like I don't know. It's why, like, when I was going through menopause, and I'm fully in menopause now, but like when my hair texture changed after when I told you when I tried that stuff for my face and my skin broke out, like those things stress me out. You know what I mean? Like, because it affects my beauty. So I don't know. Like, you can say this, you can say so many things. I don't know. Like, you can even take the sex stuff, you know what I mean? And the Vegas stuff. And I saw somebody say something about like, oh my God, it was the best comment. I know I screenshotted it because it was so crazy, but um in the video that Meredith posted, she takes a part of it where I say my husband and I recorded ourselves having sex in Las Vegas, right? And there's a woman and she's like, I would just never, and blah, 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 blah. And like equated to me to being a bad person because my husband and I recorded ourselves having sex in Las Vegas on like a once in a lifetime vacation. And I recognize that the people that, not only the person who made the video, Meredith, found that to be such like an egregious thing that she clipped it and put it in a video. But then the people commenting and saying these things, it's a very good like mental reset to recognize like that those are people that I don't want to know. You know what I mean? Like, I would never judge somebody because like they chose to be sexual with the person that they married. Okay? Like, that is very strange. And quite frankly, I think you and I all agree that had Meredith had some sort of that adventurous part of her, maybe Aiden wouldn't be sexting other women. I don't really know what to tell you. I'm just saying, I'm just saying that it is not a coincidence that she's extracting that part of all of my hours of podcasts and putting that out there. And she's saying like some sort of like shame about it. Like, I know it's 8:19 in the morning, but like, I have sex with my husband, everybody. I have sex with my husband. I think you should all know. And we also had sex when we were on vacation. And it's the best kind of sex because you're drinking and you don't have to drive and you have no kids and you have a hotel and you don't have to be quiet. And yes, 100% yes to all of that. So I'm very sorry, Meredith, that offends you and that I had sex with my husband in Las Vegas and he was like, let me take out my phone and record this. Sorry. I'm very sorry. Whoopsie. Jesus. I know. Say it ain't so. I know, everybody. I know. I know. It's okay. We're going to make it through this. Everyone should be sexting, not like her lame shit. Oh my God. Listen, I think it's very strange that people have all of these weird hangups on sex and stuff. I don't know how deep I wanted to get into that. We did the Bunny After Dark thing and it seems to like just like haunt me. You know what I mean? We were talking about the porn stuff or whatever, but like, I don't know, man. Have some healthy conversations about this stuff in the right format, in the right space or whatever. It's okay. You're going to be okay. You know what I mean? You'll be fine. And also, if you don't, that's okay too. I'm certainly not going to shame you for being a square or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, this is, it is just so strange. The video of you is gone from X. Are you sure? Are you sure? Because if the video of me is gone and the new video doesn't come out, I don't need to talk about it anymore. Men talk about it all over the internet. I know. So why can't I? So weird. So people are so strange. Weirdos. I mean, it worked for Call Your Daddy, a huge podcast. So I don't know if anybody knows what Call Her Daddy is, but um Alex used to work for Barstool, and she had a show called Call Her Daddy. She had a co-host. It was Sophia, and they started this small little podcast. And at the time, she was single. They were living in New York, and the podcast centrally was about sex, and it was pretty graphic. Okay, Gluck Gluck. Any of the queens that know that, and it became wildly popular. And she and Sophia had a falling out, and Alex Cooper basically was like, I'm just going to keep going. And then she ended up getting picked up by Spotify in a multi-million-dollar deal, left Barstool, and I think she's on Sirius now. And now she interviews like famous people. Okay. And I don't have heroes. I don't think people should have heroes, because putting people on pedestals is like a weird thing, right? Because they are absolutely normal, just like you. They take a shit just like you. Okay. So like people having these weird hero mentalities, it's weird. My kids, so you know, like never hung pictures of like Tom Brady on their wall. You could put the Patriots team, but you couldn't put like it wasn't that you couldn't, but I don't idolize people in particular. Okay. If that makes sense, because I just feel like people are flawed and you're going to get let down. And I don't want to participate in elevating people to high expectations where they feel pressure to act a certain way. I know me not supporting, like idolizing Alex Cooper isn't going to protect her from like the world of saying like she has to do things. I'm just doing my part. It's my mentality on heroes. I remember when I was in school as a kid being asked who's your hero, and I literally remember sitting there and going, I don't like heroes. It's just weird. You know what I mean? I think it's great to have something to like look up to for kids or whatever, but I don't know. I could do a whole show on heroes. I have a weird thing about it. Um you know what I mean? Which is why I share so much about myself and like all my flaws and all of the bad things, so that you guys don't put me anywhere. Like just put me with you side by side. We're side by side. But with that being said, I have watched the arc of Alex Cooper, and I remember Erin used to talk about that, like how she started and to kind of keep going. And fun fact, when how she basically started her show talking about sex, and very little of what she talks about now is about sex. She's grown, she's evolved, and she just kept pushing through. And now she interviews every celebrity out there. She interviewed Kamala Harris. I mean, like she puts out great content, and some are misses and some are hits, but she's paid, big time paid. So I look to that as like a blueprint on how to do things, you know what I mean? And I'm always kind of looking at it. Fun fact, I never really mentioned that much. I never talked much about that. But when the Mike Keneally campaign, right, who is getting the shaft by Meredith because she's putting Mike Keneally and, you know, him running for governor and my association with him as like a sexual deviant, right, and a bigot and anti-Semite, and how that could affect him, which is actually crazy that you could try to impact a candidate with me, whatever. I'm not the candidate. But when the team was asking me if I wanted to like endorse Mike because of my work on the migrant crisis and all of this stuff, one of the things I said is like, you know, I have this history of like Bunny After Dark and, you know, people dragging me on the internet and blah, 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 blah. And one of the team players from Mike's team said to me, he's like, so you had your Alex Cooper moment, he's like, we don't look at it that way. We look at your work, we look at what you did, and that's what we love. And there was zero judgment there. And I know when I start talking politics and things, like humanizing these politicians and understanding who they are as people is very important, because I want to be connected to the people that help my state. And it's a big part of why I chose Mike's team, because they never made me feel like I was something weird or what I did was weird. They saw what my value, look, they looked at my platform and they were like, she's got 30,000 followers, she's worked hard for that. She's earned it. And we trust that. You know what I mean? I don't know. There's just something to be said for like that. I like people that don't judge. So if that makes sense. Also, I do have a little bit of a hero thing for Martha Stewart. She's always been like she's my queen. I have, hi, Mr. Squirrel. I cut up little mini pumpkins and I put it on the steps to my pool deck. And so occasionally I see one go over and grab some seeds. So I have a couple of mottos, life mottos. I have 3. The first one is everything in life is negotiable. I have drilled that into my kids. If you ever see my kid, I'm going to do a thing with my kids. We did it on Mother's Day a couple of years ago where I sat them down at the table and I asked them questions about me, like what is my life motto or what are my mottos and things like that. And it's so funny. It's so funny. They will tell you they know my life mottos. I drill it into them. Everything in life is negotiable. I never take no for an answer, and I try to find a way to get it or to figure it out. And I very rarely compromise if it's something, but I will like adjust. You know what I mean? So everything is negotiable. It's just not, no, we don't take hard no's. So everything in life is negotiable. The second thing is you can't like slouch. Like you can't slouch like on a couch. Either lay down completely or sit up, but make a commitment. When I see somebody slouching on a couch, that is the ultimate laziness to me. Like, commit to the nap or sit the fuck up. I do not want to see you with your feet on the ground, but like leaning. It's just, I hate it. I hate it. So I tell my kids, no slouching. You can't slouch. Just commit to it. I don't know how. Just commit. Lay down or sit up, but do not fucking slouch. And the third is, oh, Maggie. Hopefully he is kept safe. The third is I do what I please and I do it with ease. And many years ago, when I first became a mom, I was at a thrift store and I picked up a Martha Stewart house book. It's here somewhere in my house, but it's like an entertaining book or whatever. And I opened it up and on the inside is that quote, I do what I please and I do it with ease. And I had never read anything that I identified with more. And I was in my early 20s and I was like, I 100% do that. I do what I please and I do it with ease. And I was like, this bitch. And so I was like, huh. And so, so that's my third one. I do what I please and I do it with ease. All right. So I have an idea for the Wednesday show for Bunny After Dark. And I got the idea from Aiden. Well, so let's back it up. I've always wanted to integrate people into Wednesday's show. And then we talked about taking calls, but it gets a little distracting. And people calling in and I can't, even if I put the phone on do not disturb, it still makes the noise and I don't love it. And I feel a lot of pressure because calls are coming in or whatever. Aiden has done this. He does a concurrent live stream and spaces at the same time. And then everybody can talk. And the first time he did it, I was just like, this is like a fucking clusterfuck, but also it kind of works. The only thing I don't know is like how you got to leave the stream and then go to X to jump on the space to talk. And so I don't know, like you lose viewers. And so I worry about that. But I was thinking about doing a spaces in my stream tomorrow and just allow the besties to call in and talk about whatever you want. I don't know. It's better through the spaces to get people to talk. People can sit in the queue. You know what I mean? Like, I just think it's working. You need 2 devices as a viewer. I know spaces is call-ins. Yes. So Will does Google call, Google Voice, but he also, you can hear the calls coming in. Spaces, it's not that. I may have to do a tutorial on Spaces to show you how to get on Spaces, but I worry if you don't have X, then you wouldn't be able to call in. So I'm thinking about it, but I'd like to add calls on this Wednesday's bunny show. If that makes sense. We have to figure it out. You can call in about whatever you want. You can call in whatever you want, There's 1,400 people watching on YouTube. On StreamYard, I can see the number, and it's like all my platforms. I talk about Meredith and Aiden just for the clout and the views. That's it. You're not here because of my fun personality. You're just here for me to talk about them. I know. It's true. It's fine. I'll keep you coming back. It's okay. Good morning. People put it on TV, on your TV, and then every real time. You will call it. Oh, Cheech, you gonna call in? Cheech. I love Cheech. So I think that's what we're gonna do tomorrow. I have some unboxings. I will be honest with you, just to be fully transparent. I've got some unboxings, but because of what's been going on in life lately, I have had either the kids or Jeff open it in advance because I just don't want to open anything bad. A friend of mine in town got something sent to her that was inappropriate. So just on high alert with the unboxings, which probably I should have been this whole time, but you know me, I don't care. Call-ins are fun until everyone repeats the exact same thing, like on a TV. Oh, okay. So wait, do you want to play a game then instead? We can play a total game. You call in, you get to say what you want, but then I have to like ask you a question or something like that. We can play a game. I mean, my creative juices have barely started with this whole thing, just so you know. We just got our footing. We just got our base. We just got the bunnies. We just got everybody. We haven't even started with the fun stuff and the games and the creativity. I mean, yes, we took out the guitar. Yes. What a banger that was. It's number 1 on YouTunes. YouTunes. Good morning, Jennifer. You watch on TV? We can play a game. YouTunes, well, it's I said it one time on my show instead of saying iTunes, and YouTube, I said YouTunes, and so it's a joke. Hi, Caroline. Besties and bunnies stick together. We try. Also, everybody will be pleased to know that despite the fact I was feeling unmotivated, is it demotivated? Unmotivated, not motivated. I held my Somerset Republican Town Committee meeting last night. We did it via Zoom, which actually worked out for a couple of reasons. One of our e-board members had open heart surgery and he's still not 100%, but we wanted him to participate. We have elderly people that don't like to go out in the winter. And so we did a Zoom, and I didn't want to do it. You guys know, like the Kayla Churchill stuff is demotivating me, and I was just feeling like blah. I'm glad I pushed through. We ended up having a 2-hour meeting, and I got all back into it again. It was the best thing I ever did. I'm so glad I did it. If you only knew how close I was to just not doing it and just resigning from this. And it took one meeting. State Representative Justin Thurber is in our committee. He lives here in Somerset. And Justin talking about his upcoming reelection next year recentered my motivation surrounding helping candidates. You know, he needs to have the support. He needs our committee. And as long as he's willing to continue to serve, we need to be there to help him. We also have our town election coming up in April, and that is important. So we talked about that. We also talked about the gubernatorial election. We hosted last year for the first time the Republican candidates night for our local election, and it was so good. And I'll pull up pictures like on the show on Wednesday and we'll talk about it. Not about politics, but I'll just show you what we did. The Democratic Town Committee in town has always hosted a candidates night, always, right? It's always been them. And there is a man with his doggy and he's cooing on my lawn and he doesn't see me and I'm not going to give him a It's okay. You can just poo there. It's fine. I'm not even mad, dude. It's okay. So, the Democratic committee has always done it. They've done it so long and we're the only ones that did it that I didn't even realize like there was an option. And so when I started our RTC, I was like, I want us to do one. The Republicans should do one and we should do it better. And we fucking killed it. The one for the Democrat town committee one, the one that we've always had, is so boring and dull. It looks terrible. And it's just like, I don't know. We fucking killed it and we did it last year. And so we're going to do it again this year. I'm so proud of it. It looked so great. It sounded so great. Instead of panelists asking candidates question, we opened it up to the public and we let the public come up and ask questions of the candidates. And it was so good. I wish we had more time. It was just perfect. But because that was done so well and we want to do it again, our committee wants to do something for the gubernatorial candidates before the primary. And I was like, 100% we could do it. I know we'll kill it. I know it'll look great. I know it'll sound great. And so my committee and everybody feeling motivated. We also have 2 people on our committee that have been actively working to get signatures for things that will be on the ballot in 2026. We have 2 women, Lori and Judy, who are just like relentless and they are just such hard workers. And, you know, they're out there doing this work and, you know, they should be embraced by our committee as being activists and doing work. And I'm just so proud of them. And yeah, I'm really happy that I did it. And it was a good way to kind of get back into it. And as much as Kayla Churchill's trying to stop me, you can't, especially after a meeting like that, where everybody is just like, we don't subscribe to what she's doing. We support you, your work. And it was really, really great. And I'm so happy and I love them. And I'm very glad that we did it. And so, yay. So we did our December meeting. And then we'll be reconvening after the holidays and then, yeah, getting ready for our town election, which is very exciting. So Kayla tried to stop that, failed, took my studio, failed. We just do it out of the closet now. Doesn't matter. So if anything, today, let it be a lesson that hard things happen. You can take time to figure it out. You can also take time to do nothing and cry and be miserable and sit in bed or disconnect or do whatever it is that makes you feel good. I don't really know, but like, however it has to go for you to get through something that is difficult, do not let anybody influence how you handle that, as long as you handle it. Not handling it isn't okay. Either make a decision, either handle it and push through it, or make a decision to get the fuck out, get out of the game. You know what I mean? Like, or get out. You know what I mean? I don't know what else to say. I had a decision. I was at a turning point here with the political stuff, and it was either go all in or get out of it. And I'm glad I took the time. And this is another reason why I couldn't do the Monday show, because my head wasn't really right about politics overall, where I was with the party and all of these things. And it was very good for me to reconnect with my local committee, because all politics is local, and it motivated me and inspired me, and I'm happy to get back in it. And so I'm glad I got over that mental hurdle I had with all of this and to push through it, and that's it. So there's that. And then with the studio and losing the studio, I started to feel like, okay, can I do this? Can I push through this? Should I quit? am I cut out for this? What do I do? And I'm glad that I took a couple days to figure it out, pivot, move over to the home studio and push through. And then I'm lucky that there was some interesting stuff happening in our world where I could talk about that and partner with, other creators like Jimmy and Aiden and be able to push out some really good content at a time where I needed to get a distraction from the reality of missing my lovely studio. And I'm glad I made the commitment to push forward and stick with this. You know what I mean? So it could have gone the other way. I could have retreated from this and said, you know what? I don't want to be at home. I'm maybe going to swing and focus on, writing or whatever. I'm glad I picked, but pick it and just commit to it and you can get through it. And that's it. It's mental. It's a mental thing, mental hurdles, and you can get over it. And now also, by the way, look what happened. I got over that. And now I am literally stronger than I was because now I went through that. And now, 6 months from now, I can look back and I can say, well, remember when they took my studio from me? You know what I mean? Like, remember when that sucked and I got through that? Okay, so why can't I get through this next thing? That's how I feel about everything. So when this happened, I go, remember when they tried to arrest me and put me in jail? I got through that. So why can't I get through this? So I think Leveled Up, that's one of my favorite songs. Level up, level up, level up, level up, level up. That song. I guess that is like leveling up now that I think about it. Thank you for mentioning that. And there's also nothing wrong with the failure piece of it too. You know what I mean? Like I had a business, I had a children's consignment store. I tried it. I cut my losses. I was like, yep, I'm not going to be able to achieve this. I don't feel right. And I walked away and that was it. That was also great. And now I look back and I go, well, that was a really great lesson. I learned small business is hard. I had to do things differently. If I ever did a business like that again, I'd have to pay more attention to the things that I didn't the first time. Everything is a learning lesson. Everything, you can learn from anything. I knew from the start that you can't trust Jimmy nor Aiden. I posted on X a while ago that they would be snakes. What? Stop. I don't think it was either one of them. I mean, I'm going to call him and be like, did you tell anybody? I don't think she found out from work. I think she found out. It's possible Aiden mentioned. I didn't tell either one of them not to tell anybody. So there's that. Good morning, Jess and chats. We all fail, but most of us won't admit it. I fail all the time. I wish somebody would. Hold on 1 second. The CPA thing, that's interesting. I don't know. So somebody just said, I wish you guys would apologize to JFK, Kevy Kev, and James Jackson. Let me think about this. No. No. I just don't understand any of that whole stuff going on there. I don't need to fight with those people, but I don't know. Like that'd be like, I'm going to be honest with you. I guess we could do a ranking system here. I don't care about them in any way. You know what I mean? Like I don't even really consider them in the same like professional circle of YouTube creators. Like they were just doing different things. Like I don't know what kind of content that is. You know what I mean? Like I just don't know what that is. So it doesn't matter. I don't need to apologize, but I don't care. I wish them well. Unlike how I feel about Mike Crawford and BTL. I don't wish them well at all. They get what they get. So I'm not going to apologize. I apologize. I definitely apologize. Let me do a self-reflection right now. Is there anybody that I need to apologize to right this second? Let me think about this. Hold on. I'm being very serious. Let me think about this. All right, let's go through the list. You guys tell me who you think I should apologize to. Is there somebody that I think I should be apologizing to right now? We don't, guys, none of you, shut all of your mouths. None of you were watching JFK's show. That is urban
YouTube shit that none of you are interested in at all. You're all liars. You don't listen to the music. You don't listen to the raps. You do not get into that content. The only reason you were in it is because it was Karen Reed adjacent. Shut your mouths. Nobody's watching that. You liars. You're only watching it because it was Karen shit. Do not lie. Don't, it's nothing to do with you. None of you live your lives that way. None of you. I know my demographic. None of you live that way. You don't even hang out with people like that. You maybe have a cousin that acts like that, but you do not. You do not. All right, let's see. Let's see. It's going fast. Good morning. You found me through them? Okay. It's the same boring shit. JFK sucks. JFK is the worst. I don't know. It's whatever. I know y'all not listening to him. That's okay. And by the way, the justice for that guy that died, that is a great cause. That sounds very specific. And so I hope that they get the justice that they deserve and they hold their own standouts and things like that. I think it's great. I do not listen to, I'm thinking, apologize to yourself for never doubting your ability. Jessica, I'm sorry that I ever doubted you. Jess, a home studio is more authentic. I think that you should make up with Erin. Erin asked me not to mention her on this show. And so I will abide by her wishes to not mention her. Let's see. Yeah, they called me a bitch in the mix. That's how it started. Yeah, Jessica, stop doubting my bestie, Jess. We love the new home studio. Yes, thank you. I do too. I apologize for nothing. Are you really in a feud with Erin? No, we just had a disagreement on this show and what I was doing with this show, and that is all. That's it. I love the closet studio. I did too, but it was hot in there, and Julia's almost out of her space, and so I think we're okay. We do have to get some of the stuff out of the studio. We didn't make the December 1st deadline, but it's been extended, but I can't produce any work out of there. So, what happened to your studio? Amber, welcome. People called the business owner and the building owner after that video Kayla Churchill put out around me, and they were getting threats that people were going to send the video to their contracted businesses and things. And so they just didn't want to have anything to do with me and my brand anymore, which I 100% agreed with. I understand 100%. It's fine. And the home studio has just been so much better. I feel so much more relaxed. It's just better in every sense of the way. The only thing that isn't better is that the space I'm in currently is Julia's old room, and it still has all of her shit there. So we have to really work on getting that room cleaned out and getting it set up. But I will tell you, Mike Urban had reached out to me when my studio got canceled, and the first thing he said to me was he has a space set up in his house, and it is so easy to just jump behind the camera whenever he has the impulse, whenever there's a newsy worthy thing, and he can, be right there. And that I am definitely looking forward to when the space is all set up. And so I'm really excited about it. And also, just like the Saturday morning show, like Jeff coming in at the end, that was some of the funniest shit ever when he came upstairs, and you wouldn't get that there. I mean, I guess you could, but I'm just so much more relaxed. It is a blessing in disguise. I'm glad I pushed through that. God bless Mike Urban. He's great. Mike Urban is great. If you aren't following Mike Urban, you should go follow him. He's got a big YouTube following, and he does great videos. Again, these guys are so tech savvy. but he's just really great. And he has a great way of kind of like packaging up information, especially politically in Massachusetts. That's very good content. They tattled on Jess for no reason. Will said he is Team Jeff. I'm 100% convinced that my husband and Will, the Glare, could sit at a bar, smoke cigarettes, and drink beers. Oh, I don't know if Will drinks. Does Will drink or whatever? And they would get along great. I know like they could shoot the shit. I could already tell when that was happening with the podcast or whatever. They would get along so well. I agree. All the law YouTubers do it from home. Yes, I agree. Jeff is great unless you're a Dem lib. Yes, my husband is very conservative. I'm just reading comments. So bring back Pottersville Pub for that meetup. We were just talking about this last night. So there was a bar in Somerset. Oh, this is my last story, and then I'm going to go. I didn't go to the Encore because of a car accident. I didn't see. I don't know. So, so where I live, 2 blocks away is a bar called the Pottersville Pub, and the Pottersville Pub has been there. I don't even know how long. I can tell you, my mother told my father she was pregnant with me and my sister at the Pottersville Pub. So it has been there a very, very long time. And it was a time warp in there. I mean, it was just old, and you never really saw what it looked like because it was always dark inside. And I just have so many memories at Pottersville Pub. And then when we moved here, and it being so close, that was Jeff and I's last stop on our way home, because we could literally, have our last drink there, and we could drive right around the corner, literally. Or we could walk. Do you know how many times like we've parked at home and then just walked over there in the summer and then drank and then walked back home? Like, it was just so many memories. Before Jeff, I dated a guy, and I'll never forget, like, we went there on a Sunday after some sort of festival, and I was drinking and I did karaoke there. Like, I don't even know what I was doing. It's just so many unlimited memories. And then COVID happened, and they shut down, and they never reopened. And it was there was no goodbye. There was nothing. It was just fucking gone. And one of the last times I was in there, if not the last time, it was one of the last nights out with my friend Virgil, who has since passed away. And I'm so glad I have pictures from that night. And it's just whatever. Anyway, it's a new bar now. It's called the Mallard, and it is like for younger kids. Like, you walk in at like midnight, and it's like like it's fucking like strobe lights and DJs or whatever, but it's packed. And my daughter loves it. Julia loves it, and Jack now is going there, right? I said he was doing the karaoke thing or whatever. But it's right over here, and it's fine. I miss the Pottersville Pub. Glow sticks. Anyway, I have to figure out what to do for Jeff's birthday. So Jeff's birthday is Monday. And I said, do you want to celebrate this weekend, or do you want to celebrate the next weekend? It's up to you, And he was like, this weekend. And I said, okay. Jeff is like very into birthdays because he was an only child, and it's in December. And so he always got forgotten. And so I really prioritize his birthday. Very rarely do we not do something. We always go somewhere or do something. So I started to look at what to do, and looking at like concerts or sports or whatever. I'm not really sure. Jerry Seinfeld is coming to like Foxwoods next weekend. I toyed with that idea because I know he would really like to see him, but the Eagles are playing on Monday on his actual birthday. And I need to look and see if that is a local, like if they're playing at home. Because you know what? It's not out of my realm where I would maybe get tickets for that and surprise him. I got to figure it out if it's local. I can't leave here. Yes, December 8th. You've seen Jerry twice. Yeah, Jeff has always wanted to see him. '28 on the 11th. NFL is always a win. I surprised Jeff last year. Nope, the year before with tickets to go see. I think they played the Jets and he had no idea. The game is in LA. Ben, I knew you were going to look. Thank you. All right, so that's out of the question. Want to hear the best story? Keep saying you want to hear a story. Do you guys have to go? We'll do one more story. Thank you, Jeff Cardell. I have a video of this story. And I'll find it. I'll play it tomorrow. Someone in the chat remind me when we do Bunny. But Benfica, it's the Portuguese soccer team. And there's a rivalry in Jeff's family between Benfica and Sporting. And my husband is Benfiquista. Is that how you say it? I don't know. I'm barely Portuguese. Jeff is not from Philly. One more story. Just one more story. Jeff is not from Philly. That's a weird story too. I can't tell that. But like for some reason, Jeff is an Eagles fan and he wanted to go against his father and he picked the Eagles and that was his team. But I lived in Philadelphia in high school. And so there's just a weird Philly connection. And then we went there for our honeymoon and we usually go back once a year. And I absolutely love Philadelphia. I love it more than Boston. Just one more thing, just one more minute. So Jeff is a huge Benfica fan. And a lot of when Jeff and I first got married, I would say when we started dating, but we got married very quickly. But when we first got together, we would always go to see Benfica games at all of these Portuguese bars in Fall River. And I was the only woman. That's a whole other thing. If you're not Portuguese and you're not from around here, you don't know. But like the Portuguese men go watch soccer and the women stay at home and cook. Well, certainly I enjoy that. But if the games are like on a Saturday or whatever, that's like date day. And so I go with Jeff and I'd be the only woman there most times. Anyway, Benfica was coming to Foxborough Stadium to play a game. And it's very rare, obviously. They don't come to the United States to play. And the tickets were pretty expensive at the time. I mean, all tickets are expensive, but I got 2 tickets to go see them. And I know a lot of people in Jeff's family were going. So I didn't tell him. And I told him, do you want to go to like Colt State Park on Sunday for like a picnic and go hang out? And we love Colt State Park. I'm not kidding. Jeff and I will just get a blanket and just go lay under a tree and this like stay there for forever. And I bring snacks and stuff. But so I said to him, do you want to go to Colt State Park? And he was like, yes. So I said on Saturday, we've got to pack everything for Colt State Park if we're going to be there all day. So I inadvertently got him to like pack for tailgating and he didn't even know. He thought we were packing for Colt State Park. And so we go and get groceries, we get the cooler ready. So the next morning we're up early and I'm like, we're getting ready and he's getting coffee. And I was just like, okay, you're getting ready. And he's like, yep. And I was like, what are you wearing? And he looked at me, he's like, I don't know, like a t-shirt. And I had bought a Benfica t-shirt for him. And I said, well, here, maybe you just want to wear this. And I threw the shirt at him and he takes it out of the bag and he's like, what's this? And I was like, you want to wear it to the game today? And he was like, what? Jeff did not know how to process his emotions. He like covered his face with his shirt. I've never seen him so excited and happy, but the poor guy just did not know how to, wait, Nick Rocco updated Karen Reed's fundraiser. Why, if you donate now, can you see who donated? Because that was all locked out before you couldn't see it. But you should just see Jeff in the video. He just doesn't know how to process his emotions. It was like the biggest thrill of his life. And he just like put his t-shirt over his head and he was just like, he didn't know what to say. Later on in the day, he was like, I'm sorry I reacted that way. He's like, I was so surprised and so excited. So anyway, it was a good story. I have the video. What is Nick Rocco doing? It's 9 a.m. on Tuesday. What is he doing? He doesn't mention me. He wouldn't do that. That would be weird, right? Somebody tell me, what does Nick Rocco's post say? Give me the tea. Dallas over Chiefs. You fuck. 9 a.m. Time to go. Ben, have a great day. I don't speak Portuguese. I saw that. Begging for funds. Why no bus stop live today? He hasn't done one. The link explaining why she needs money. Somebody said he is explaining the fundraiser. Oh, God. You know, there's a little bit of shaming going on with the Karen Reed stuff, and we're not going to take this much further, but have a great day, Ben. That's right. There's no school for the kids today. Nobody should be shamed for not donating any more to Karen Reed. I don't think that this was like first of all, let's break it down really quickly. They're not allowing anybody to see the names of who donates, right? So maybe they're doing that. Let's play devil's advocate, because there is like people like me and Aiden are saying, like, you know, I think it's crazy she's asking for money again. And maybe you want to donate. You don't want me to see that, so I don't go, hey, thought you weren't going to donate. I'm not saying that would happen. That's crazy. I would never waste my energy. But I'm just saying maybe they're looking at it that way and giving people the anonymity to do that. Okay. So that's my take on that. And I'm 100% fine with that. The issue here, and I don't think people who are part of Karen's team understand, is I don't believe the general public has been influenced by anything that I've said or Aiden has said. I think it's the opposite. I think I gave my take and people felt okay to say what they were thinking. It gave people like an unsaid permission to say, you know what? I also feel like I have given enough, whether it was time or money or sharing or whatever. Like, I think people felt when I started saying stuff about Karen, they felt that they could say what they wanted to say. I don't think people are going to side with me just to get in my good graces. What? So I can, what do you get out of siding with me? You don't have to. You could just be silent. You could still be a fan and watch my stuff. Like, you don't have to agree with me. I'm going to engage with you no matter what. You know what I mean? So like, there's no benefit to somebody like jumping on a bandwagon, so to speak, with me or Aiden. I won't talk about Aiden, but just like say for me, for example, because Nick Rocco mentioned me specifically in some sort of comment or something. I think people just thought that they finally could say what they were thinking, which is she never really gave us the thank you we deserved. She never really came out and gave us the interview we wanted. She kind of screwed over Aiden, and people who were loyal to him and his work really felt that sucked. And now you want more money. And Aiden isn't even done with his cases yet. And I think everybody was just like, I mean, yeah, you know what? Thanks, Jess. Thanks for saying that, because you know what? I think it's too much. You know what I mean? Even then, if you go and add this, that there was the potential for a $1 million deal to do something, whatever it was, I don't know. Go get that money first before you come back to the regular basic blue collar workers of Massachusetts and say, can you give me $50? Go and get that money first. So I think there's just some weird PR shit here. It's nothing against Karen. Like, you still believe in Karen's innocence. You still believe she didn't do it. But you can, I sound like a broken record. You can feel that way and also feel the other way at the same time. She's free. Does that make sense? It's 9:04. All right, let's finish this up. Today, I'm still not donating. They took free Karen Reed. I'm saving for my vacation. You want to pursue them civilly? Cool. Fund it yourself. I don't know why she can't get back to work. That's true. I can't wait to read these comments. Tone deaf to ask for more money at this point. Eileen, there's no school for the kids today, is what the chat was saying. Do you guys know that I saw Kevin Spacey I have a real problem with what happened with Kevin Spacey. Can we talk about that for a minute? Do we have to go yet? It's cold in my car. I don't want to turn it on because Jeff's home and he'll be like, shut the car off. Stop wasting gas. I have to go back to Dunkin' Donuts. So, all right, let's go to Dunkin' Donuts together. It's fine. We're unhinged. This is just unhinged. Let's go. Let's just go. Let's take a drive. Let's go. We're leaving the house. Let's just go. Let's go find out about a job for Georgia. All right. Okay, Kevin Spacey. Let's do this. So, I'm a big Kevin Spacey fan. I don't know why. There's just something about his voice. It's just creepy, but I also love it. I also love a lot of his work, but more than anything, I loved House of Cards. It's one of my favorite shows, which also, by the way, I never saw the last 2 episodes. I have this thing where I don't finish the shows. It's subconsciously, I don't want it to end. And so if I don't watch the last 2 shows, there's no finality to it. There's no finale and no finality. So I don't watch the last. So I've never seen the last 2 episodes of House of Cards, but I love House of Cards. But Kevin Spacey got accused of like doing some fucked up sexual shit, gay, whatever, and got charged and he got acquitted. They found out, and it's a really great case, but they basically found out like the family, the kid was lying. The guy was lying. They got the text messages, right, through discovery, and they found out that the family was like basically trying to take this guy out. Anyway, he was on Piers Morgan the other night. And he's like broke and he hasn't been able to get a job in Hollywood or working for a long time. And his house is foreclosed on I think he lives in, where does he live? Can't remember. His parking lot is jamming right now. 9:00 is when it all starts going down over here. I'm usually here at like 7:45 and it's empty. Shit, there's the manager. She's in a goddamn car. Get out of, she's having a smoke break. I'm gonna need you at the window. Shit. Shoot. Let's keep our fingers crossed Lucy's here. Lucy will be our only hope. The kid's mother was lying. And anyway, I just feel so bad for every case or whatever has been thrown at Kevin Spacey. He has been found not guilty. Okay. It's just nothing. There's nothing to it, but he's broke. And I am so sad. And like, on the comments on Instagram, Piers Morgan's video, he's getting choked up and he's like, I'm, pushing through. I got to work. And, the comments were like pedophile, creep, gay creep or whatever. And I'm going, what the fuck? Like, this is just I'm going to need some Hollywood agency to give him the role of a lifetime and bring this man back, resurrect his career. He didn't even get to finish House of Cards. They canceled him. And then we had Robin Wright Penn take over. You know how I feel about women presidents. I guess I'll order a drink here because now I'm in the line and I don't really want to do this, but whatever. Whatevs. You guys were not, I don't know if I was on here at the time, but last year there's a restaurant over here and their dumpsters were overflowing like an obscene amount, and there were rats and birds and everything, and it was mayhem. And I posted it on our town page and like people came for me because it was like bad against the restaurant, but like the restaurant, it was crazy. Hi.
What can I get for you?
Hi, can I do a medium berry burst energy? Like with all sorts of extra stuff in it, like
Yep,
usual.
I got you.
Thank you. And an order of hash browns.
Anything else?
That's it.
How's that?
Thank you. Anyway, I'd like put up this post because I was mad because we had mice in our hood and it was very stressful. I was very upset about it. I'm going to mute you guys for a minute so I can talk to this person about George's job. I just don't think that should be out there. So I'm going to mute you. I failed. I stepped out and I didn't mute. I'm back. And I'm not muting yet because we're still stuck at like you make your own hash browns in an air fryer. Do you remember? Are you new? Do you remember I did a post about the air fryer and how I fucking hate it? I have a major problem with the air fryer. I like to cook things slowly. Air fryers or spaceships, I don't understand them. They have a weird smell. It takes up too much space on my countertop. And what I've learned is the only person that uses the air fryer is Jeff when he eats bad things. Hold on. I'm going to mute you now. Hold on. Let me figure this out. All right. Sad news for Georgia. She said they're not hiring at all here. Kind of had a feeling, but that sucks. Poor Georgia. Okay, we'll figure that out. Anyway, this was unnecessary to bring you all along. This is just dragging. There's lots of cars here at 9 o'clock. Like, thank you so much for letting me go. All right. I guess I'm just going to go home and wait until Bunny After Dark tomorrow. I'm going to work on the studio. I'm going to go to the studio. I'm going to pack up some stuff. I'm going to be sad about it. And I'm going to bring some stuff here. I'm most likely going to have to pack up Julia's stuff that she still hasn't gotten to. And get that stuff ready for her to just come by and grab after work. And set up studio space and make it look good. Okay. That's it. Remember, Jess, with all this, I can't read snap stuff. Hold on. People can't just go and get a job. I'm not sad about the studio. It's fine. It is a little sad. I have this thing where nothing is permanent. Everything can get taken away at any moment. I have this like weird feeling about things. And the fact that I was only at the studio for a little while, it's sad to me. You know what I mean? I don't know. Did I think I'd be there forever? No, but I don't know. Seems like a little too fast, if you ask me. That's it. So we're back home. We're going to pull in the driveway now. We're going to start our days. We're going to monitor the interwebs, as much as I hate doing that, but I can feel it. Today's a monitor the internet day for sure. And that's it. Okay. Besties, have a great day. I almost went to the Brian Walsh trial today. Almost. Might just pop in. I didn't want to see Sue. I know this thing is happening with the Mass Live Daily. That's not the reason I didn't go, but like, it's just been some bad blood. And I love Sue, but I know she's really hung up on the former anti-woo coalition account and stuff. And I didn't want to get into it. Take you with us? Maybe. I was there for season 1. You're right, Karen. You're right. Thank you. I know. All right. Okay. That's it. Besties. Bye. Love you. Have a really great day. If I go to the studio, maybe I'll go live. I'll show you around. Okay. Bye. Have a good day.